Last year, I read Hawkeye by Kelly Thompson and Leonardo Romero, a book that had an extremely difficult task. It had to live up to the critically acclaimed Hawkeye series by Matt Fraction and David Aja, which won multiple awards and put Hawkeye on the list of best-selling monthly comics for the first time in his decades of existence. It also had to live up to Jeff Lemire and Ramon Perez's very fun all-new Hawkeye, which is less popular but found it to be just as good. So, how was it? Rereading it all again, I still find it to be an extremely hilarious, exciting, and fun book with vibrant and creative illustration reminiscent of pop art. I cannot recommend this book enough. It centers on the charmingly stubborn Kate Bishop in the streets of LA as a broke detective working with fellow teenagers to bust mind-controlling cults, insect-looking dragons, and underground wrestling rings, even though she is inexperienced and doesn't even have a private investigator license. What was also interesting was the ongoing mystery surrounding Kate's mother, which was never fully unraveled because this series would be cancelled after 16 issues before it could truly spread its wings, or in this case, shoot its shot. Thankfully, Kate's story would continue in the pages of West Coast Avengers, but not really because it got cancelled after 10 issues. But do not fret, because West Coast Avengers birthed something epic before its unfortunate end. A character so iconic, marvelous, and wonderful, he would change the comic book landscape forever. Okay, maybe not, but who wouldn't be captivated by this charming little critter? Jeff the Land Shark, who is a shark with arms and legs, created by MODOK and adopted by Gwenpool in the 7th issue of West Coast Avengers, would surprisingly show up in Marvel Comics issue 1000 and Deadpool by Kelly Thompson, which was also cancelled early by the way. But this creation of Kelly's would actually last quite a while because of Jeff's special place in one of Marvel's more unique experiments over the past few years. Marvel Unlimited, the comic subscription service that gives you access to almost every Marvel comic ever for an extremely good price if you subscribe yearly on a sale, has been making what they call Infinity comics over the past 2 years. These are vertically read short comics that come out every week and are exclusive to the subscription service, very similar to webtoons in format. But are they any good? Well, it's a mixed bag. I don't think I'd ever read Infinity comics over normal comics, but I think they serve as a refreshing breather between reading normal comics. They're usually casual, cute, and funny experiences that last for a short while, so if you're down for stuff like that, Marvel has you fully covered. But I think the quality of this comic line is very inconsistent, and I wish they allowed creators to do more ambitious and experimental stories using this unique format. Still, some of these Infinity comics have seen shocking success. X-Men Unlimited and Spider-Verse Unlimited have been going strong, and it's cool that characters like Alligator Loki, Pizza Dog, Spider-Bot, and Hulkling and Wiccan have seen the spotlight as well. But the most well-received and highly praised Infinity comic by far is It's Jeff, starring Jeff the Land Shark himself. I cannot believe how viral and popular the character has been on the internet, with this series gaining insane ratings from every review site I've seen. But why? Well, for one, I think the reviews are partially joining in on the meme, but secondly, Marvel got pretty good people to work on this book. Kelly Thompson is on it, the creator being allowed to nurture and care for her own creation, but a legendary artist duo are also on the book. A team that has soared its way to the top of the American comic book industry, Guri-Hero. Having worked on Avatar, Superman Smashes the Klan, Spider-Man and Venom Double Trouble, and the breathtaking, unbelievable Gwenpool, the Japanese duo of Chifuyu Sasaki and Naoko Kawano grace the pages of It's Jeff with their absolutely adorable art. Their cute and colorful style reminiscent of anime has been perfect for the comics they've worked on, and I'm honestly impressed by their rendition of Jeff considering how uncute he was when drawn by other artists. It's Jeff is a very simple, silent comic book series that stars the character doing whatever he does. In the first issue, Jeff joins our favorite Marvel heroes in a swimming pool and ends up scaring the fin out of them. Even Devil Dinosaur, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. In the next issue, Kate Bishop accidentally puts Jeff in a washing machine where he hilariously spins around until he bursts out of it with nothing but utter joy to Kate's relief. The third issue of Jeff sees our cute Kondrikthian wear a dolphin costume so as to not scare swimmers this time around. The issue after that sees Jeff steal Captain America's shield for sledding, leading to Steve having to use a broken sled to fight a bank robber. You can sum up the plots of these comics in a single sentence. That's how basic and simple they are, but that's kind of the charm. People like these comics because they don't pretend to be anything more than what they are. They're simple stories with fun and cute punchlines uplifted by Gurihiro's adorable and animated art. The best parts of the comic, for me, are when they take advantage of the format they're in, when scenes seamlessly transition from one to the next, giving you a sense of scale and grandiosity that a splash page normally gives. Scrolling through these segments are an utter joy and a true showcase of the kind of unique visuals this format allows for. And it seems like I'm not the only one who appreciates it. The character was popular enough to have his own place as a standout in the card battler Marvel Snap, which I started playing in early June for the sake of this video. And I think I've played a bit too much of it already. It's an extremely engaging mobile game that surprisingly avoids the worst parts of mobile gaming like pay-to-win mechanics and third-party advertisements, and instead focuses on the amazing gameplay that features a ton of characters you can use to make synergized decks to battle others. Jeff finds himself to be one of the harder cards to unlock in the game, but I almost have him, and he really seems to be popular with the Marvel Snap community as a versatile card that could be used for many types of decks. Not only has Jeff's success led him to be a household name in a mobile game, it has also led to a print version of the first 14 issues of It's Jeff, bringing the digital comic to physical comic book stores all around the world for casual comic book fans to check out. It's honestly pretty amazing how they integrated and changed the paneling to fit a normal sized comic book, so props to whoever did that. It's pretty cool. It's nice to see such an obscure character sort of rise in popularity over the years and have such a unique place in the Marvel universe. But this video isn't just a review and overview of It's Jeff. As much as I liked seeing him do a funny fashion show for the heroes who adopted him, pretend to be a trash can to satisfy his hunger, and team up with the other Marvel pets to set caged animals free, reading this cute comic alone would not have made me make this video. I mean, it's Jeff. If I talked about the comic alone, the video would be like 2 minutes long. There is a grander point to be made here, and I can come up with a few different ones. I can talk about how silent infinity comics like these can be used to attract kids to comics once more, a demographic that hasn't really been well catered to by the big two. I can talk about how It's Jeff, along with the rest of the Infinity comic line, can act as a bridge for Webtoons fans to get into comics, and for comic book fans to get into the world of Webtoons. But as interesting as the concept of Infinity comics are to me, I don't really care about them that much if I'm gonna be honest. Very few web comics I have read far surpass most Infinity Comics in quality, and despite a few good titles making people smile and causing some buzz, Infinity Comics have a long way to go for me to truly recommend them to you all. The reason why I decided to talk about Jeff in particular is because his road to success and fame was a wild one. It began with failure. It's genuinely unfortunate that Kelly Thompson's excellent Hawkeye run financially failed, with Kate's arc needing to continue in the pages of an alright team book that got cancelled early. From an outside perspective, Hawkeye and West Coast Avengers could be considered as failures because of how quickly they were cancelled due to a lack in monthly readership. But the fact that the now successful and iconic Jeff the Landshark had a start because of these so-called failures reminds us that failure isn't worthless, that there's occasionally value in failing. Yes, it absolutely sucks when we start a creative project and no one sees it or likes it, when we try to fix our gadgets and machines but to no avail, when we study really hard for a test and still don't get a passing grade. But even if things don't go our way, even if we fail, it's not always a worthless experience. Sometimes failure can correct us to the right path, make us learn new things about ourselves and the world, and train us to be more intelligent and skillful individuals. This channel could even be considered a statistical failure, since in the 6 years it's been around, the views and subscribers have not even surpassed my Minecraft channel that I deleted in 2017. But even if I throw in the towel now, I can say that I've learned a lot from making these videos, even if they are not monetarily fruitful. Over the course of this channel's existence, I've become much better at writing, video editing, and reporting, which have proved to be useful and invaluable in other parts of my life. Jeff the Landshark is cool. Jeff is a wonderful and light, all-ages comic that I recommend all you guys check out. But what I like most about Jeff isn't his adorable redesign, or his insatiable curiosity and recklessness that make him a lovable protagonist. The biggest factor to why I like Jeff is that he's a cute reminder that sometimes our most disappointing failure can lead to our greatest success. My name is Joshua C. Thank you, Kelly Thompson, for having a ton of your books cancelled early, so there is a moral lesson to this video, and I will see you in the next one.